揺れる夜にあるがままでいるもっと深く苦しいくらいに
The defense attorney, please stand. I mean, yes, Your Honor. I would like to remind you that my client is not a bad guy. He just came from a bad environment. He doesn't have many people that care for him. He just needs some therapy. He needs to be examined. And he did it out of rage. He could not help himself. And hopefully maybe you could lessen his sentence. All right, that's enough. Please sit down.
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I'm going to be talking about a corrupt judge at Chicago who happened to go by Robert Adrian. The reason why I say he's a corrupt judge, because this is going to get on everybody's nerves. Those who are decent people, those who have morals, because it is said that concerning the court date or the incident occurred within 3 years ago. At least the good thing is he's been removed from his position as judge at Illinois in Chicago, because you guys are going to be very flabbergasted and surprised. He let like a known like a child predator free. That is, trust me, very disturbing to hear. At least the court knew the law didn't fail at this time to actually remove him from his position, because imagine how many victims he let down and how many criminals he let get away. So I will show you some proof. There is again, there is a description here. This is based on the news article. So yeah, the man was convicted of abusing a 16-year-old girl while he's an adult. And there was a 3-day court hearing in Chicago in November on a complaint filed against agents. So people were outraged, and they decided to make a report against this judge. And once they had evidence, and then they found out, they realized he let a danger to society walk free, is when he was removed from his position. So whether I'm to trust the law or not, or trust the people in power, I don't know whether it's to protect their name, it's to cover up for their like hidden agenda. But I would say at least justice came around. For that decision, I respect the law for that. But it just again, it really boggles my mind, like how many people he let down, how many criminals he's defended and let walk free, whether they may be a friend or something they have common. Because again, if you defend a predator, a sexual predator, that lets me know the type of person you are. Then if you sympathize with that kind of person, because you're probably just like that person. You have the same ambitions. But it's very disturbing that we're hearing a lot of cases like this, not just with judges, with anybody, and they have no shame for it, and they don't realize they're exposing themselves on the internet for that. But even though, again, it was 3 or 4 years, but one thing is disturbing is that it really sucks, because there's not going to be another trial for this man who harmed the 16-year-old. Unless there's a new case opening up, unless he actually commits a new crime, because now it's impossible to actually charge him, to have him go to another trial, because he's been free for too long now, 3 years. And I can assure you he's probably doing the same thing. As you can see the proof right here. His name was Clinton. Again, the victim happened to be Cameron Vaughn, based on the Associated Press. And when she was 18 is when it was reversed. It would put a lot of people in shock, and then made people very confused, and people did not trust this judge, and that's why they reported it. This was while she was 18, is when he decided to let the man walk free, is when the trial was. And again, sparked a lot of outrage. People were very aggravated. It just did not make sense because, again, this is why some people don't like judges, because they feel they have too much power and they can just do whatever they allow. Yeah, people who are judges, they're just looking for an excuse to put people behind bars. But again, for the victim, I think it's putting way more pressure on her than any of us, because she's not only did she have to go through with it, she had the judge literally ignore her and forget about her her rights, and that's why it's very important. And then not only that, considering the criminal has been walking like free for 3 years, I can imagine he's still doing the same thing, and I feel the law just isn't doing enough. When you give people too much power, they feel like they can abuse the law. They can make their own justice and claim what is right and what is wrong. And that's not how it should be taken. The law needs to be handled appropriately, and the only time you make the call unless it is justified. The only time you punish someone unless it's proven. But whatever the predator does from here on out, we're also gonna have to place blame on the judge. He definitely is responsible for sure. That's a given fact. But now we're gonna have to wait and find out and listen as to what's gonna take place. Now, chances are it's gonna create another scenario involving a child, and hopefully we don't wish for that to ever happen, for it to ever occur to us, because now we figured, thanks to this judge, he created a situation where it's like, again, we're supposed to be fully aware and prepared for. And I'm sure, again, not the only judge, not the only person, but just imagine others defending predators, letting them off the hook and letting them walk free. That needs to be rearranged, and for those people need to be held accountable, and definitely not only lose their job, they should go to jail along with the predator, for them to know real consequences and what it's like. Because sure, they may have been behind the bench, now they're going to be behind bars, and that should be the outcome, really, you guys, because there's no excuse. Because if you defend someone's misdeeds, you try to justify it, that means you're just as much in the wrong and you condone criminal behavior. But I feel like I said enough for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. And be sure to watch and check out Optimus's channel.
Sola